The lovely Fran Byrne!
Hello everyone. Hello Beth. Hello. You know, as I'm getting older, I know I don't really look that old, do I?
No.
Thank you. Well, everyday tasks to me are becoming like the Krypton factor. It's like a quiz and I can't bloody do it. All these touch screens. I'm at work, photocopiers are touch screen. I go shopping, bloody touch screen. And first of all, I've got to put my glasses on. Then I've got to look. And why, when you look, use your mouth? Why? I don't really know, but it works. But then I go like that to touch, and nothing happens. I have been told that my fingers aren't moist enough. Excuse me. And it's not just that. It's like phones, touchscreen phones. I'm like. My son says, "Mum, why's your hand going like that?" I said, "What am I supposed to do?" He said, "You go like this." Nothing happens. Ooh, you can't tell by the way I use my phone. I'm getting old, so I've been told. Text going nowhere. Somebody help me. I can't use my phone. Anyway, that's enough of that. They've been talking about Black Friday, and I've had my hair done black. But I've been out, because it's Black Friday, it's gone bleeding black and blue. In those shops. I didn't really go in the shops, I didn't dare. But the other thing about getting old, I think proverbs are getting really old, and I think they need to be changed. So I've changed them, a few of them, and I thought, if at first you don't succeed, suck harder.
Yeah!
A little bit of what you fancy gives you chlamydia. Absence means you don't get caught if you're having an affair. Where there's a will, there's a family. April showers, and I like bath. A good man is hard. It's better to travel hopefully than to travel with Ryanair. And there's a few Irish ones that I didn't change because I just like the sound of them. Like, I've forgotten them now. It's that wine I've been drinking. That if it's drowning yourself you're after, don't torment yourself with shallow water. And if it's no good trying to plough your field if you're just turning it over in your mind. Now, I've got Irish in my background, so if you've got no Irish in your background, can you give me a cheer?
Hooray!
Oh, very resounding. If you've got some Irish in your background, give me a cheer.
Hooray!
Well, for those of you who have, you'll know that we like death. And if ever you say to an Irish person that someone's died, they'll say, "Oh, sure, was it expected?" Well, that makes a difference. And, does it? Well, I went to a funeral last year. It was my uncle's funeral, and in Ireland they're normally dead and buried within 3 days. Well, he was flown over after a month, so God knows what they thought of him in an open coffin after a month. Well, we went to view the body in a pub, and I know the Irish don't like pubs, but we tolerated it. And we went to view the body, and we'd said the prayers over the coffin, and then my aunt leant over, and he was one of 13, and she wanted to say a special goodbye because he was her special brother. She leant over and she said, "Oh, goodbye, Tony. I mean Ronald. I mean Dennis. I mean Edward." His name was Eugene. And Dennis and Ronald were stood there. But like I said, he'd look like something out of Madame Tussauds gone wrong, a bit like Bruce Forsyth, really. And that thing about names sorts of carries on. I'm one of 7 children. There's 5 boys and 2 girls. And my mum's got nicknames for us all. but she doesn't shorten them, she lengthens them. So she used to call us for dinner when we lived at home, and she'd say, Tonio de Salvio, Dicky Ducky Dick, Paulus Solus, Stephen de Heedon, Davy Wavy joined a navy, Helsey Wellesley, and me, Frankie Wanky. So when I got to a teenager and I realised what wanking was, I said, Mum, you cannot call me that. She said, why not? I said, it's swearing. So she looked at me really puzzled. So I went into full detail of what wanking was, or for those of you under 20, fapping, I've heard it called. And she said, I don't know about that, and still calls me Frankie Wanky to this day. And she rang me up the other day and she said, oh, hi Frankie. I said, hello Mum. She said, do you know Bluey the Budgie? I said, yes Mum. She said, oh, I came down yesterday morning, he was dead at the bottom of his cage. Oh my God, it was such a shock. I said, oh no, because I knew she loved that bird. So she told me how she'd buried him and what she'd done, and she said, and you know Frankie, I was listening to Radio 4 the other day, and there was a married couple on there, and the wife said she goes and watches the husband having sex with other women, and the husband goes to watch the wife having sex with other men. And you know where they do it? I said, no Mum. She said, at the dog inn. I said, Mum, it's dog inn. She said, oh, do you know it? I left that one there. And she said, and you know Frankie, do you know your Aunt Philomena? I said, yes Mum. She said, she passed away this morning. I said, Mum, why are you telling me about Bluey the Budgie before Aunt Philomena? She said, Asha, she was expected. And I've got a great-great-grandfather who is from a place in Ireland called Kill. And there's 96 towns and villages. Actually, I think I won't tell you that because I haven't got long left, so I'll just tell you this one before I go, I think. Yeah. I've got 3 children myself, and my youngest son he's a really sensitive soul. The sort of child that the teachers say hasn't got a bad bone in his body. Not like the bone that put him there, but... And he said to me the other day about the cat, we've got a cat, and he said, you know Mum, you know every time Tizzy comes slinking in along the wall, I said, yeah. He said, I just want to kick her in the throat. I said, oh, but you wouldn't though, would you, Brent? Because he's so kind. And he went, no, she's too fast. Anyway, you've been lovely. I've been Fran Byrne. Thank you.